Welcome to our video on the 15 fruits and vegetables that are high in pesticides. In today's health-conscious world, we're becoming increasingly aware of the importance of the food we put into our bodies. Eating fresh fruits and vegetables is an essential part of a balanced diet, but did you know that some of these seemingly healthy foods can be loaded with pesticides? These chemicals, designed to protect crops, can have adverse effects on our health when consumed in excess. In this eye-opening video, we'll shed light on what you should watch out for in your quest for a cleaner, healthier plate. Before we begin, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel to help us reach more people, and ring the notification bell so you can be the first to know when our latest video comes out. Also, please note that these foods we will mention can still be healthy for you. However, it's advisable to consider buying organic varieties of these items to reduce pesticide exposure. Now, let's start our countdown of the 15 foods that are high in pesticides. At number 15, tomatoes. Tomatoes are loaded with goodness, especially beneficial antioxidants like carotenoids, including the famous beta-carotene. These compounds can be great for your health and even assist in managing diabetes, particularly by reducing the risk of diabetes-related macular degeneration. However, non-organic tomatoes often get a dose of pesticides during their growth. A recent study by the Ministry of Chile, for instance, discovered that many tomatoes from the region received multiple pesticide treatments. Shockingly, about 16% of the samples contained pesticide residues that exceeded the Chilean Maximum Residue Levels, MRLs. In fact, over several growing seasons, the Environmental Working Group, EWG, found that tomatoes can get hit with up to 4 different types of pesticides. Now let's talk about one common pesticide used on tomatoes, pyrimidine methyl. It's not exactly a friend to fish and birds, but fortunately, its levels in tomatoes are generally low and not harmful to humans. Still, it's a good idea to rinse your tomatoes with water to reduce the concentration of this and other pesticide residues before enjoying them. And here's a tip. Cooking your tomatoes can help decrease pesticide residues, especially in their skins. Next on our countdown is number 14, celery. Celery, with its satisfying crunch and low-calorie profile, is often hailed as a guilt-free snack. It's also a hydrating treat thanks to its high water content. What's more, celery has been known to work wonders at reducing gut inflammation and offers a dose of antioxidants like vitamin C and beta-carotene. However, recent tests have revealed that nearly 95% of celery samples are packing pesticide baggage. Shockingly, they found a whopping 67 different types of pesticides across these samples. Among these pesticides, chlorothalonil takes the lead in terms of quantity. It's often used to combat fungal leaf diseases during celery's growth. While small doses of chlorothalonil in our food aren't typically toxic, it's crucial to note that inhaling or coming into close contact with this chemical can pose acute health risks and potentially contribute to carcinogenic effects. In fact, New Zealand was so concerned about chlorothalonil that they banned the sale of home garden fungicides containing this pesticide back in 2017. To enjoy celery without unnecessary chemical concerns, it's a smart move to thoroughly wash it. This practice helps remove not only chlorothalonil, but also other pesticide residues, ensuring your healthy, crunchy snack remains just that, healthy. Next on our countdown is number 13, potatoes. Potatoes are a staple in many diets, prized for their versatility and nutritional value. However, it's important to be aware that potatoes can sometimes contain pesticide residues. The presence of pesticide residues in potatoes can vary depending on farming practices, with some conventional potato crops being treated with pesticides to protect against pests and diseases. Pesticides are more likely to be found on the skin of potatoes. So, to reduce pesticide exposure when consuming potatoes, thorough washing and peeling can be effective. For individuals looking to minimize pesticide exposure, choosing organic potatoes is a viable option. Organic farming practices typically involve the use of fewer synthetic pesticides and herbicides, making organic potatoes a potentially safer choice. Government agencies, such as the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, in the United States, establish maximum residue limits, MRLs, for pesticides on various crops, including potatoes. These MRLs are designed to ensure that the levels of pesticides in food remain within safe limits for human consumption. Next on our list is number 12, green beans. Green beans are a popular and nutritious vegetable, but like many crops, they can be vulnerable to pests and diseases. So, to protect green bean crops and ensure a good yield, conventional farmers often use pesticides. These pesticides help control insects, fungi, and other potential threats that can damage the crop. The use of pesticides on green beans can leave residues of these chemicals on the bean's surface. These residues can remain even after harvesting and processing, which is why washing green beans thoroughly before cooking or consuming them is recommended. One common pesticide used on green beans is chlorpyrifos, which can protect the crop from various pests. However, chlorpyrifos has been a subject of concern due to its potential health effects, especially on children's developing nervous systems. As a result, there has been ongoing debate and regulatory changes regarding the use of chlorpyrifos in agriculture. While green beans can contain pesticide residues, taking these precautions can help you enjoy their nutritional benefits while minimizing potential risks associated with pesticide exposure. At number 11, blueberries. Blueberries, celebrated for their delicious taste and numerous health benefits, are a popular choice among fruit enthusiasts. While blueberries are a rich source of antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that support overall well-being, it's important to consider potential pesticide residues on these berries. The United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, conducts the Pesticide Data Program, PDP, regularly testing various fruits and vegetables, including blueberries, for pesticide residues. These tests provide valuable data on the types and levels of pesticides found on blueberries, highlighting concerns about pesticide residues on this fruit. Blueberries have occasionally appeared on the Environmental Working Group's EWG Dirty Dozen list, which identifies fruits and vegetables with the highest pesticide residues. Studies comparing organic and conventional produce have shown that organic blueberries, grown without synthetic pesticides, generally have fewer pesticide residues. This reinforces the idea that choosing organic blueberries can reduce pesticide exposure. Properly washing blueberries under running water can help remove some surface pesticide residues, although it may not eliminate all of them. It's worth noting that the prevalence and types of pesticides used on blueberries can vary by region and farming practices. Local studies or reports may provide specific information on the pesticide situation in your area. Number 10. Cherries. Cherries, with their sweet and tart flavors, are nature's candy. They not only provide a delicious snack, but also bring valuable nutrients to the table, including blood sugar balancing fiber, vitamin C, potassium, and copper. However, cherries, unfortunately, have a vulnerable side. They are prone to various challenges, from viruses to fungal diseases, and even the persistent western cherry fruit fly. And to combat these issues, many cherry farmers resort to using pesticides. Canadian tests have revealed that local cherry growers often employ as many as 20 different pesticides in their orchards. Recent studies by the Environmental Working Group, EWG, found that a staggering 91% of cherry samples contained traces of multiple pesticides, and nearly all, 98%, contained at least one type of pesticide. The situation is even more concerning in Europe, where the Pesticide Action Network reported that approximately 50% of conventionally grown cherries may carry the most hazardous pesticide residues. They also observed a dramatic increase in pesticide residues on cherries, soaring by over 150% from 2010 to 2019. In regions with heavy rainfall, such as the Pacific Northwest, rain protectant chemicals are used on cherries. Paradoxically, this measure can cause cherries to retain higher levels of pesticide residue. In some cases, recent tests have revealed that certain cherry samples contain pesticide levels that exceed the maximum residue levels deemed safe. So, to enjoy cherries with peace of mind, especially if you're concerned about pesticide residues, consider choosing organic cherries. This option provides a safer and more eco-friendly alternative that allows you to savor the sweetness of cherries without worrying about potentially harmful chemicals. Number 9. Red and hot peppers. Peppers, whether they're the colorful bell ones or the fiery hot varieties, can really spice up your meals. Plus, they bring some good stuff to the table, like vitamin A for your eyes and capsaicin, an antioxidant that's got your back against inflammation. So they're like a flavor-packed health boost, right? But here's the thing, these peppers sometimes get sprayed with more chemicals than you'd believe. In 2021 alone, researchers found over 100 different pesticides on some pepper samples. Bell peppers get hit with all sorts of stuff. Insecticides, herbicides, fungicides, you name it. Now, one chemical you might want to know about is methyl bromide. Some farmers use it to fumigate pepper fields, but it's a real troublemaker. Breathing it in too much can mess with your kidneys, liver, brain, and nerves, and it's even linked to cancer. Scary, right? Now, the good news is that most peppers don't carry around crazy high levels of these chemicals. But here's the catch. Experts say these pesticide leftovers might be riskier for kids than grown-ups. And the Environmental Working Group, EWG, warns that while bell peppers usually have fewer pesticides than some other fruits and veggies, certain sweet pepper types could pack pesticides that are extra bad for your health. So, if you're jazzing up your meals with peppers, consider giving them a good wash or look out for organic options. That way, you can still savor those delicious flavors and get the health perks without loading up on unwanted pesticides. Moving on to our countdown is number 8, grapes. Grapes, often associated with decadence and widely used in wine production, are a global delight. These bite-sized orbs are packed with heart-boosting and diabetes-fighting antioxidants, including vitamins A, C, and K. Some studies even suggest that grapes can help reduce the levels of harmful LDL cholesterol in your body. However, as of 2018, the European Union discovered that more than 85% of grape samples were tainted with significant pesticide residues. The Pesticide Action Network added to these concerns by reporting that grapes carry a cocktail of pesticides, potentially surpassing the pesticide contamination levels of other fruits like oranges and pears. Further examination by the EU revealed that approximately 20% of grape samples contained pesticide concentrations that exceeded maximum residue levels. Some of the usual suspects among pesticides found in grapes include azoxystrobin, boscalid, and chlorpyrifos. Notably, chlorpyrifos was identified as a key contributor to the hazard index, HI, for consuming conventionally grown grapes. To enjoy grapes with a lower risk of pesticide exposure, consider buying domestically grown or organic varieties. These options tend to have fewer pesticide residues, offering a safer choice for grape lovers. Next on our list is number 7, apples. Apples earned their reputation as a healthy snack, and as the saying goes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Yet there's a caveat to consider: the potential presence of unwanted pesticide residues. Apples are remarkable. Their peels, in particular, are a rich source of pectin, a type of dietary fiber known to lower cholesterol and triglyceride levels while promoting better blood sugar control. However, EWG research indicates that the majority of apples are treated with an average of 4.4 pesticides, including the use of chlorpyrifos, a chemical with potential hazards. Additionally, apples can contain significant levels of diphenylamine, an insecticide often applied to the fruit after harvesting. European regulators have voiced concerns about diphenylamine, as it has the potential to produce cancerous nitrosamines when used on fruit. Consequently, this pesticide has been banned in Europe. While most government health agencies maintain that apples are safe for consumption as long as they contain less than 10 parts per million of diphenylamine, many doctors and scientists caution against the risks associated with this chemical. Given that the average American consumes about 10 pounds of raw apples annually, it's important to consider the potential health implications of these pesticide residues. To minimize your exposure, thoroughly washing apples and opting for organic varieties can be wise choices. At number 6, we have nectarines. Nectarines, the sweet and succulent cousins of peaches, are renowned for their delectable flavor. These fruits are not just tasty, they also pack a punch when it comes to delivering essential micronutrients. Nectarines are rich in vital vitamins, including A and C, along with beneficial minerals like copper, niacin, and potassium. These nutrients make them a valuable addition to your diet, particularly if you're looking to manage diabetes effectively. However, there's a bitter side to this sweet story. Recent findings by the EWG revealed that a whopping 97% of nectarine samples tested contained pesticides, catapulting them into the ranks of fruits with some of the highest detectable pesticide residues. Here's the unfortunate truth. Nectarine trees, much like most commercially cultivated fruit trees, are subjected to intensive treatments with various pesticides, fungicides, and herbicides during their growth. One common insecticide used in nectarine cultivation is carbaryl. This chemical, while effective at pest control, poses risks to human health when there's acute exposure. Furthermore, it's been found to be harmful to fish, birds, and the environment, contributing to ecological concerns. Recognizing these risks, California has recently restricted the use of carbaryl in consumer products due to reports of skin, eye, and respiratory illnesses resulting from high-volume exposure to this chemical. To enjoy the sweet taste of nectarines with reduced pesticide exposure, you may want to consider peeling them or opting for organic varieties. Organic nectarines are typically grown with fewer synthetic pesticides, offering a safer choice for your health and the environment. Next on our list is number 5, pears. Pears, like their crisp cousin apples, are a delightful and refreshing snack. They deliver a dose of anti-diabetic nutrients, including vitamin C, vitamin K, and potassium, making them a wholesome choice for health-conscious individuals. However, a closer look at the pear orchard reveals a concerning trend. More than 90% of pear samples have been found to harbor at least one type of pesticide residue. In the United States, where a significant portion of pears is produced, the cultivation often involves the use of insecticides and fungicides to combat fungus and mold. A worrying revelation is that pesticide residues on pears exhibited a troubling doubling trend between 2010 and 2016. In fact, roughly half of all pear samples tested were discovered to contain 5 or more types of pesticides. Among the pesticides frequently employed in conventional pear farming, carbendazim takes the lead. This chemical has raised red flags due to its toxicity to the male reproductive system and its potential to interfere with certain hormones. Another concerning finding is that, as of 2016, 1 in 10 pear samples contained diphenylamine. This substance has since been banned in Europe due to its propensity to form carcinogenic nitrosamines when pears are cooked. To savor pears while minimizing pesticide exposure, consider peeling them or opting for organic varieties. Next on our countdown is number 4, peaches. If you're a fan of pears, there's a good chance you appreciate peaches too. They come packed with a cocktail of essential nutrients, including vitamins A, C, E, and K, not to mention potassium, niacin, and manganese, which all contribute to a healthy diet. But here's the catch. Peaches have a delicate, porous skin that's notorious for soaking up pesticides. In fact, recent tests conducted in 2021 discovered that a staggering 90% of peach samples contained traces of at least 2 different pesticides. One particular cause for concern is the pesticide chlorpyrifos, which was found in some peach samples at levels exceeding the maximum residue limit. This insecticide, when consumed in larger quantities or inhaled, can have adverse effects on the nervous system. Even exposure to small amounts may lead to unwelcome side effects, such as a runny nose, headaches, or nausea. In more acute cases, it could result in abdominal pain, constricted pupils, and a decreased heart rate. To minimize your exposure to these potentially harmful chemicals, consider opting for organic peaches, or you can peel off the skin before enjoying this delectable fruit. It's a small step that can make a significant difference in safeguarding your health. Next on our countdown is number 3, kale, collard, and mustard greens. Kale, the darling of health enthusiasts, has gained widespread popularity due to its numerous health benefits. These leafy greens are nutritional powerhouses, especially for those managing diabetes, as they're loaded with essential vitamins, including A, C, and various B vitamins. They also provide a significant amount of alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 fatty acid, and are rich in dietary fiber, making them an excellent choice for those looking to support their heart health. However, an analysis by the EWG, based on recent USDA data, revealed that all three leafy greens, kale, collard greens, and mustard greens, contained detectable levels of between 5 and 6 types of pesticides. Shockingly, some samples showed traces of over 20 different pesticide residues. In total, more than 85% of all leafy green samples examined had noticeable levels of at least 2 pesticide residues. Here's the real concern. Among these pesticides were bifenthrin, cypermethrin, and permethrin, which have associations with neurological damage in children. Alarming as it is, approximately 60% of kale samples contained dacthal, a chemical that was classified as a carcinogen as early as 1995 and has been banned for use in the EU since 2009. Acute exposure to dacthal may lead to severe health consequences, including damage to the liver, skin, and immune system. To enjoy kale with a reduced risk of pesticide exposure, consider choosing organic kale. It is a safer option for your health. Next on our list is number 2, spinach. Spinach, often hailed as a nutritional powerhouse, is a leafy green that offers a cornucopia of health benefits. Packed with vitamins A, C, and K, as well as essential minerals like calcium and iron, spinach also boasts a substantial amount of blood sugar stabilizing fiber. Despite its undeniable health perks, spinach has a drawback when it comes to pesticides. Recent tests have revealed that this verdant leafy green can carry a heavy pesticide load, with over 7 pesticide residues found per sample. This discovery prompted the Environmental Working Group, EWG, to elevate spinach from the 8th to the 2nd most pesticide-contaminated produce in 2022. What's even more concerning is that spinach outpaces all other crops tested in terms of pesticide content per dry weight, according to the USDA's findings. One of the pesticides frequently detected on spinach is permethrin. This neurotoxic pesticide, when encountered at high levels, can inflict damage on the nervous system. Even low-level exposure to permethrin may be especially detrimental to children. In fact, a recent study unearthed a worrisome link between adolescents with detectable levels of permethrin in their urine and a doubled risk of being diagnosed with ADHD. Furthermore, approximately 40% of spinach samples tested by the USDA contained detectable levels of DDT, a highly toxic pesticide classified as a carcinogen and known to disrupt the endocrine system. To enjoy the nutritional bounty of spinach while minimizing pesticide exposure, it's advisable to thoroughly wash this leafy green. Last but not least is number 1, strawberries. Strawberries, those little red delights, are universally loved for their juicy sweetness and versatility in a variety of dishes. They also come bearing gifts for your health, supplying a range of heart-healthy antioxidants, including vitamin C, manganese, and potassium. However, strawberries have a less delightful side. Pests adore them too. To fend off these pesky intruders, conventional strawberry farming often relies on an arsenal of chemicals. This reliance on pesticides has consequences. Non-organic strawberries have been found to carry an average of 7.8 types of pesticides per sample. In some alarming cases, they may harbor over 20 different pesticide residues. The Environmental Working Group, EWG, discovered that a staggering 99% of strawberry samples contained traces of at least one type of pesticide, with 30% of samples harboring 10 or more pesticide residues. Worryingly, strawberries consistently rank among the most pesticide-contaminated fresh produce items, according to the USDA's findings year after year. These pesticides aren't just any chemicals. They include potentially hazardous ones like carbendazim and bifenthrin. Additionally, strawberries are often treated with dichloropropene, which, upon chronic exposure, may contribute to liver and kidney damage. Strawberries may also contain detectable levels of chloropicrin. Even mild exposure to this chemical can lead to coughing and mild breathing issues, while higher levels of exposure have been associated with fluid buildup in the lungs. It's worth noting that these pesticides are still in use on some U.S. strawberry farms, even though they have been banned for use in Europe. To enjoy strawberries while minimizing pesticide exposure, consider opting for organic strawberries. They provide a safer and more eco-conscious choice that lets you savor the deliciousness of strawberries without the concern of potentially harmful chemicals. And there you have it, our list of the 15 fruits and veggies that are high in pesticides. While the health benefits of these foods are undeniable, choosing organic or taking extra precautions when consuming them can help us reap the rewards while minimizing the risks associated with pesticides. Remember, if you found this information valuable, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. If you learned something valuable from this video, please don't hesitate to send us a super thanks. Your support helps us continue to provide you with valuable insights to lead healthier and more sustainable lives. Thanks for watching, and have a healthy and happy day.